Hi, Kathleen. Good to see you.
Hey, Yan, good to see you.
Excellent. So what is the topic or the challenge we can support you today?
Well, as my parents are getting older, Yan, I have noticed that our relationship is starting to change. I also noticed that in the moment when those things are happening, I'm not the most graceful always. In particular, uh, my father is seeing many more doctors much more often, and I am used to him asking a lot of questions, doing a little research, and that isn't happening as often as it used to or as I think that it should. It results in it being my father, right? I don't always have my best self anyways, and it's resulting in both he and I walking away not feeling great.
And what is that part about you that you feel you are challenged on?
Well, I think I'm immediately frustrated. I'm immediately frustrated, and I think it results in I'm probably the instigator. I think I probably raise my voice a little bit, and then that just starts it, right?
So as you get frustrated and raise your voice, where does your frustration reside in your body?
Well, I like immediately, like I probably in my chest, maybe even up here a little bit, because I can feel the immediate frustration, and my preparedness to react in a non-positive way is to raise my voice, right? Right. And so I can feel myself preparing for that. It's a bit of a tightness, I think.
So there's a tightness, almost as an upward motion from me watching your body there.
Yes, yeah, a little bit.
Great, I gotcha. Nice awareness, by the way. And what would be a nice outcome from our conversation today? What would you like to walk away with?
Well, I would like to walk away with a tip or a technique, something that will help me in the moment to react a little more gracefully. When I'm prepared for the conversations, if I'm going to have a conversation with my dad or my mom about something like this, I'm usually I can react better. But as our relationship changes, and it's happening more often organically in other types of interactions, I don't do as well.
When you say you react better in the past and you want to be more graceful, these are your words. What does it look like for you or sound like for you?
Um, it sounds like I'm more calm, maybe a little more deliberate in my words, in a and in a place where I'm genuinely ready to understand.
So you calm, deliberate, which is slower and then ready to understand. And it seems to me that's a different physical, emotional state as you were earlier when you demonstrated with me.
It is for sure.
What can be something, may I play? Would you be interested in playing with something as mind body integrative approach to come up with a little small technique?
100%, yes.
Awesome. What can be something small, a physical move or physical posture? A small move is probably what I'm talking about that can help you remind yourself to shift from that state of this tightness and upward movement in the chest to this kind of just now what I saw you, where you can be ready to understand, slower, more deliberate, and a calmer. These are your words. How can you shift out of that in a small movement?
Um, well, the first thing I could probably do is let out that breath that I'm taking to yell. So, so maybe it, when that happens and I do the, if I'm aware of that, I can do the.
So what did you just do? There's two things going on, seems to me. You were taking an inhale and exhaling hard, and your fingers were doing something there.
Oh, I'm doing like a center. Yeah, I'm like centering myself like that.
So that means centering for you. That
Yes,
centering to be
yes.
calm. Ah, yeah, that's a nice physical action, embodied action. And as you do that, right, it's reminding you to be, you said you want to be calm and you want to be graceful, and you wanted to, did you say you wanted ready to understand? And so what was the old story you're telling yourself about your dad when you were getting to this kind of ready to kind of raise your voice versus the new story you want?
Immediately, I'm frustrated and I want to yell because I'm frustrated that he isn't displaying the same behaviors that I thought he would have, where he would have asked a lot of questions and done research, things my father taught me to do. And I'm like, why aren't you doing those things? I'm instantly assuming he hasn't.
So why haven't you done this? Why have you done this? So the story is, why have you not done it? You did not do it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's totally the story.
So what would be a desired or helpful narrative for you to shift out of that frustrated state?
I think probably just one of, I'm going to go back to seeking to understand, one of, calmness, an open mind, and let's have a dialogue, like ready to have a dialogue with my dad to dig in to see if he's actually asked some of these questions. Has he done some of the research? In some cases he has, and I'm quick to make the assumption that he's not.
So instead of this assumption that you didn't do it, and your new narrative is, I'm here to understand, is what I'm hearing.
Yes. Like I want to be centered. I want to be calm, and I want to understand.
So I'm centered, I'm calm, and I want to understand is the new narrative I'm hearing.
That's the new narrative. I'm centered and I want to understand is probably the narrative. My being, I want to be calm.
You want to be calm. So I can see the smile, and you're in a different emotional state right now as you think of calm, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can I invite you to combine them together? So do your physical practice, that embodied action that you came up with, and then think the new narrative and bring up the feeling. Now, if you need to practice it by saying it out loud first, that's great too. And just try a few times.
Okay. I am calm and I'm ready to understand.
And I'm ready to understand. Okay. How does it feel?
It feels like I'm calm and I'm ready to understand. It really feels that way. I can even feel the, like I've let that go in my chest, right?
So it's not that tense anymore.
It's not that tense. My vocal cords are not ready to be activated.
Yeah. You want to try once or try some more just to get a hang of it?
Sure. Let's do it again. I'm calm and I'm ready to understand.
Ready to understand. Do you want to do it one more time?
I'm calm and I'm ready to understand.
And I'm ready to understand. So really all that was physically was this deep exhale and the finger like this with the hand to be centered. And it reminds you to be centered and bring up the new narrative and the calm emotion at the same time.
Yes. I'm calm and I'm ready to understand. I think I can do all three of those at once.
And as you practice this over time, all you need to do is to do that action at physical level, and you will automatically bring up that narrative and the emotion because it's associated with learning. The cells, the fire together, wire together. So you will actually be practicing them together, and they're going to become a muscle memory together. So next time you do, you will automatically become more calm and thinking that you're here to be centered and understand.
So do I just do this when I'm frustrated? Do I need to do it before I'm frustrated?
Yes, you have to practice it before you need it. So just like how athletes want to make sure they have certain strengths, but you don't want to just to work your muscle when you're getting ready to compete. You want to do the practice before you are going to the competition. So same idea here. I recommend you practice this a little physical practice, mind body practice, or embodied action, few to several times a day. Can you think of some natural reminders during the day or trigger moments in the day for you to practice this?
Well, I mean, that being calm and ready to understand just feels natural to, that's a good way to start my day, I think. So maybe in the morning as I get out of bed, or even during my morning routine as I prepare for the day, as I'm putting my makeup on and doing my hair, that actually maybe both. So that could be 2 times. Certainly when I go to bed, there's nothing wrong with being calm, when I'm going to bed. And is that enough, or do you think I should do it a few more times?
Maybe 4 or 5 times is a pretty good place to be.
Okay. So I think that was 3. I'll probably do it at dinner time as well. Like when I'm sitting down to have dinner, that's usually a time when I'm, you know, shaking off the stress of the day or something. Would probably help. My husband would probably be happy about that too.
Yeah, and it helps to make it fun, right? It takes only 10 seconds, 5 seconds to practice each time. But the key is the repetition, right? So it's more of a reminder throughout your day to practice this so that it becomes a muscle memory. So that's beautiful. Make it fun, make it light.
Totally. I already feel so much more confident that I'm in a place, if these things do happen, you know, organically, I already feel more prepared to act much more gracefully. And quite frankly, you know, leave the conversation with my parents or my dad in a much better place.
Look at you, you're smiling.
I am. Thank you so much.
Congratulations on your creativity to come up with such a fantastic, simple, and easy embodied action to help you with this mind-body practice to help you shift your kind of typically triggered behavior patterns. So great job. I can't wait to hear how this goes.
Thank you so much, Anne.
You're most
I
welcome.
appreciate it. Okay, let's see.